it seems like maybe it's just because we're in it now. It seems like there is increasing uncertainty. And in a world of increasing uncertainty, if I have an investment horizon of 10 years, I shouldn't just set it and forget it and go to sleep. I really sounds like I need to be a more cognizant, more informed over the next 10 years, if I even have a 10-year investment horizon. Or is it just because it's happening now, I just feel more or less at ease and I feel that I need to do more of this, or has it always been this way? What's your thought on that?
No, I think the world has profoundly changed. I think that's no big news. But the change is, and really when I say profound, I would say I was still born in the Cold War. As a 10-year-old, there was a thinkable scenario for Doomsday. You know, something happens to the US and the USSR, one lobs a nuclear weapon, and before we know it, thousands of them are, and that's the end of human existence. That was a thinkable scenario for me as a child. And then for many decades, it was not. You could not, in the 90s, in the early 2000s, and even arguably in the 2010s, conjure a global crisis of such magnitude that, all bets are off, so to speak. And now we're back to that world. We could imagine it starts maybe over a small thing in the Taiwan Straits, and before we know it, the entire fabric of the global economy tears apart. And that kind of doomsday thinking has to find its expression somehow also in how we manage money.
Yeah.
And so but that is new. That is certainly new for me as an adult. It's for the majority of people living on this planet who are younger, it's a completely novel thing altogether. And and that has to be also reflected in markets to a degree somewhere. That uncertainty, yes, uncertainty is certainly higher. Uncertainty, one could say, is risk, and risk is sometimes volatility. And so therefore, volatility must be higher structurally, certainly higher than we've had in the past decade, where markets were on morphine provided by central bank liquidity. But presumably, perhaps even higher than even the pre-2008 period. We live in a world with profound uncertainty because some of it is driven by a small group of human decision makers. And that is something that none of our models and our algorithms can fully capture to a degree. So that uncertainty has to be greater.